You begin the episode.
Well,
and stop baiting me.
I don't know if we're in sicko mode or goblin mode.
This is definitely more sicko mode.
I don't think we know the difference, as long as we're not in Ezra Miller mode.
Oh.
Ezra Miller.
What
do you know about Ezra Miller? You said he was a beautiful man and that if you were stuck with him...
He's got cheekbones? Oh, I'd turn him out if I was in prison.
Oh, would you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are we recording?
He'd be at the bottom of the wood pile for sure.
What does that even mean?
You know, me in the woods.
You in the woods?
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
Me and the white boys.
Okay, so explain what happens. You, Ezra Miller, in the woods, you're fornicating.
Okay, so like, no, I'm not fornicating with Ezra Miller. So what happens is like me and Ezra Miller, we got a cell. He's like he's in my cell, right?
It's a they.
They're they, them?
Well, when it's a they, how do you say he?
They're in my cell.
Grammatically, it doesn't make sense, does it?
Him here needs honey buns, okay?
Honey buns?
Honey buns and peanut butter.
Okay.
And I'm going to get that.
To Ezra Miller.
Through Ezra Miller.
Are you attracted to Ezra Miller?
No. I mean, he's an arguably handsome man. I mean,
arguably. I mean, you were fawning over him a moment ago.
I just said he has insane cheekbones. He looks like those skeletons you saw in bio class.
Yeah, he does. He looks like a prime form of a human being, I would say.
Not prime. Hell no, not prime form of a human being. He's just got insane cheekbones.
Well, yeah, but to me, that's really the only standard I require. How tall is Ezra Miller? He's probably tall.
He looks tall. I saw a video of him threatening to knock out a fucking like Walmart employee.
Oh yeah?
He looked pretty tall. 5'11". I'm 5'11".
He looks taller than he is. He looks tall, but he is. That's probably because he's a dangerous, threatening man. Apparently, he's been grooming this Native American teenager from. What? Yeah, her name is Tokata Iron Eyes.
Oh, dude, what?
And he's stolen her away from her family and is now grooming her. And is taking her on escapades.
Is he Daniel Boone?
Who's Daniel Boone?
The guy who founded Kentucky. He's stealing Native American girls?
I suppose so,
Do you think he pets her feet at night and goes, my little iron eyes?
Well, here's what it is. I don't even know that he's attracted to her. I don't even know if it's that kind of thing.
The fuck is going on here?
We don't know what it is. He might be doing one of those things where he's like an older gay man and he adopts a child that's not his. It might be one of those things, and maybe he's not attracted to her at all. No, he's not. He's 30.
This is just. I'm sorry. This is very late 18th century. I kidnapped a Native American girl and I'm keeping her at my
let's look
homestead.
up her video, Stu. There's a video of Tokata Iron Eyes.
The fuck?
Yeah,
is going on? There we go.
Iron
dude.
Eyes. Yeah, it's on YouTube. Maybe look on YouTube. Anyway, her mom is tweeting every day about her child. Well, she's actually 18 now. I think she's an adult, so she's allowed to be. Really, she's an independent person. She can do what she wants. So her mom can't actually legally force her to come home. But she's been groomed. Now, I don't know what groomed really even means.
She's been seduced in a not so truthful way.
Well, we don't know that it's sexual, do we? That's the thing.
Well, what the fuck is he? What's going on here?
Let's hear it from Tokata Iron Eyes herself. Oh no! There's an Instagram video of her speaking. So just.
Oh god.
Tokata
Iron Eyes. The fuck.
There we go. That first one right here.
All right, let's see.
Hi guys. Hi folks.
Does this look like someone who's being, kept in a cage?
I'm aware that some people are saying that my statements were not written by me. I'd like to clarify.
She's on drugs.
That they.
No.
She's on drugs.
In fact, directly from me. Nobody is controlling my.
She seems a little
Instagram
odd.
account.
She's on drugs.
You think she's on drugs?
I don't have a phone
100%.
out of my own personal.
You don't think she just enunciates
fiction.
She doesn't have a phone right now.
And honestly, it's really distressing that the narrative of
The fuck is she talking about?
She's on drugs. So let me explain. You can pause.
Yeah,
it.
tell me.
She's on drugs. So what he's doing now, I don't know that we can really blame him for this because, and I'll explain. It is alleged that he has been feeding Tokata Iron Eyes hallucinogenics and psychedelics and running some sort of his own I don't know if it's an MK offshoot. It's a very it's a DIY version. He kind of just picks girls that whoever it is that he finds charming or appealing, or they have a little sparkle in their eye, and he plucks them from whatever little neighborhood they're in, and he brings them to Hollywood, baby.
And he's the Flash.
I
don't give a fuck about his pronouns if he's grooming 18-year-old fucking
here
Native
at this
Americans.
podcast. We will suspend rules about grammatical correctness in order to respect.
If you're a rapist,
respect your pronouns. Well, here's the thing about her. She's absolutely on drugs, but in this video, to me, that's more of an opiate. That seems more like an opiate, like he's feeding her oxys or whatever. But I think if he's giving her psychedelics, perhaps maybe he's healing her.
What if like Leonardo DiCaprio and he's dressed like the guy in The Revenant? He has like a bear skin. And he shows up and rescues her.
If anybody were to rescue her, it would be Leo. He's a stand-up man. But wait, what do you think? Do you think she's on? What do you think she's on? What drug is she on?
I think you know what? She just seems kind of quirky to me. I'm not like an expert on people on drugs.
You don't think she's on drugs?
Did
you drug her?
No, I don't know. She just seems weird, dude. I'm not good at like spotting like people like high on hallucinogens. I don't fucking know. But what the fuck is this?
What
is it?
He took her from her family to give her a better life, and he's being maligned in the media.
How are you taking minors from Native American families?
She's not a minor. She's 18 years old.
Well, she was when he took her.
Yeah, but he had the parents' permission then.
Well,
they suddenly changed their mind.
Yeah, who the fuck does that?
Someone who wants to give her a better life.
How is that better?
I mean, she's probably speaking with God through the psychedelics. She's, clearly made a name for herself. I know who she is. You know who she is. She's set.
As of 5 minutes ago.
She's set for life. What she'll soon realize is any publicity is good publicity. And if she's lucky, she'll be given a reality show after Ezra Miller's apprehended by the authorities. And then at that point, she's going to get the opportunity to build an empire like her predecessors, the Kardashians and whoever else. I mean, I think this is an opportunity that we're actually not realizing Ezra Miller has bestowed upon Tokata Iron Eyes, and it's kind of like ungrateful of her family to make videos and try to like say all these horrible things about him, and pull up the Ezra Miller punches woman.
Yeah, is there
in the street?
Yeah.
No, he punched a woman in Iceland.
Oh, he's a cool dude. What a fucking stand-up guy.
Punches woman. You just say punches. Where's the video? If it's TMZ, they'll fucking flag us, those fucks. There it is. Go down. There it is.
What's he doing, dude? What is this fucking retard doing? Why is he dressed like Carmen Sandiego?
Well, the good story about this is she was pretending to fight him. You can pause it. And Stu.
The guy's unhinged, okay?
He's unhinged, but he's an artist.
He's a bitch. That's all he does is he's a bitch. And what art has he done?
I think John thinks I'm seriously defending this guy.
No, I know you're seriously. I know you're being.
No, I am. I am seriously defending him. I liked when you talk about Kevin. That was a different movie.
I haven't seen that.
With Julianne Moore.
Julianne. Was it that?
He's a pretty good actor. And he's being maligned by the press. They're saying he's a groomer, and what they're not realizing is that he is a non-binary. I don't know what he actually identifies as. That he just says that he's just conveniently changed his pronouns to basically do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he wore lipstick, and now he's
now he can do whatever he wants, and he can abduct children.
Now he's an amoeba that can,
But I think he's severely mentally ill, and he also attacked a family in Hawaii. So he goes after a lot of people, and we've not we've not arrested him. Like, he's not in custody, and he just keeps assaulting people. And it's kind of this like funny thing that every day you go on Twitter, it's like, what's Ezra Miller up to today?
I had no idea this was the thing.
Yeah, he's a pretty, I think he's a fun guy. I would love to hang out with Ezra Miller. I would love the opportunity to. I mean, I'm way too old to get abducted by him, but I think it'd be a fun time.
Yeah.
But really, like, what even is the Flash? I have no idea what the Flash is.
He's a fast dude. He's a real fast.
Is that a
guy.
Marvel or a
DC?
DC?
DC.
It's a DC.
He's the fastest guy.
Now, do you have any understanding of the Marvel universe or the DC universe?
I used to go to comic book shops and stuff.
Oh boy.
When I was, a youngin.
So what's the difference? Well, who's more successful? Marvel, right? They have the Avengers.
Marvel, because they're more like into like troubled teenage superheroes, which like landed a bigger audience than I think DC. But DC's also like huge, but DC's more into like Superman, Batman. Like we're big,
comic
strong
books
men.
are primarily for troubled youth. You would say troubled specifically.
Virgins and sad dudes who wear fucking silkscreen Goku t-shirts and shit. Like.
So did young teenagers that were maybe struggling with the opposite sex or whatever at any point in the past? Is that what they would turn to?
It's a haven of like different sexualities. Like,
do you
just
think
go to
there's
a comic
a lack?
convention.
Do you actually think comic books? Maybe comic books were what were preventing school shootings back in the day before the internet.
Well, now we have comic book movies, so maybe I think what was preventing school shootings was more dads in the house.
Okay,
I
really?
think that was it. Yeah.
So the onus is on the men to raise their sons
you
better,
tell
huh?
your kid, you gotta smack them around.
Well, what solution would you propose? There was another little dust up in a place called a little dust up in Highland Park, Illinois. Just 7 people.
7 people?
Yeah.
Was it a school?
No, it was a July 4th parade.
Oh. Who did it? Who's the dude?
Let me
see a picture.
No, we don't. Just show him. His face is all over.
Let's see this fucker.
What am I? I'm like, we don't want to spread his name. There's 200 people watching.
I think I saw this guy. That guy.
Yeah, that guy. The one that's the one that's missing bones in his face.
He's a drug addict.
Well, no one has accused him of being well.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, dick riding drug addict is what he looks like. Look at the notches on his fucking. What do you think those numbers are for underneath his eyes?
The number of people you killed.
Yeah, do you think he did it in the moment?
Yes, perhaps. What is the solution to this? What's the grant? Like, what do we assault? We ban the assault weapons?
No. I think schizophrenics should own guns. I think like what you need to do is.
You think schizophrenics should own guns?
Be able to. I think the blind should be able to own guns. I think yeah.
You don't actually think this, John?
Everyone should be able to.
You don't actually think.
I am a single issue voter. Everyone should be able to own a fully automatic assault rifle or an RPG, whatever they want.
Now, do you think this because you want the world or our empire as we know it to end quicker than perhaps it
No, I think it would
might
be
otherwise,
stronger and sicker.
If everybody had a gun, an assault rifle.
Yeah, like a heavy machine gun.
So I should have an AR. I should have like 10 AR-15s. You should have like
10 AR-15s.
Interesting.
I think one's fine. Like, everyone should just have one. I think what stops this is we just start more liberally handing out like, not like death penalties, but like, I'm
actually
we should start
for
flogging
the death penalty.
people again. Yeah, I'm super pro murder.
No, I love it. I'm from Texas. I have to have some pride.
Yeah. You guys have Old Sparky.
What's Old Sparky?
That's the name of your electric chair.
Oh, is it?
You didn't know that? Your electric chair had like a cute name.
Did you meet him?
Yeah, we hung out. Look up Old Sparky.
Old Sparky.
Boom. That's Old Sparky. Look at that guy.
What a cutie pie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. I'd love to put that in the living room. Just kind of make it like a little bit of a,
Yeah, it looks like it's
medieval kind of vibe. Yeah.
Look at that dude. He's about to eat it. Look at that big fat guy on the right. He's like, I'm going to pull this to lever here, boss. I'm going to get some pork and beans and pull this lever. I don't know why he's from Louisiana.
Well, so what's the solution? What do you do about all the shootings? Like, what you
just start like literally like executing the guys who do the shootings, and if they're underage, then you just fucking flog their parents in public.
Now, how do you get that through Congress?
You don't, because when I become dictator, there'll be no Congress.
Okay.
Okay. There's going to be a Naked and Afraid style TV show, but it's just all the members of Congress, and it ends when they die.
Yeah, I would watch that actually.
Yeah, imagine watching Nancy Pelosi just running through the fucking jungle.
I absolutely would. Well, what else is going on? There's stuff happening in the world. There's shootings. There's abductions by Ezra Miller. There's a lot of stuff happening. You know, the gas prices are not going to come down.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself very soon.
So go to that video. Biden actually a few days ago was asked. Let's just play this video. He was asked when we're gonna. Here we go.
You and G7 allies introduced a plan for an oil price cap for Russian exports, which is not yet filled out, and obviously is a response to the high price of gasoline in the United States and around the world. Are you confident that that cap would bring down prices for American drivers? And how long is it fair to expect American drivers to continue to pay a premium because of this war?
Let me hear this. The second part of the question was, would it bring down the price?
Will it bring down
okay.
prices? And the war has pushed prices up. They could go as high as $200 a barrel, some analysts think. How long is it fair to expect American drivers and drivers around the world to pay that premium for this war?
As long as it takes. So Russia cannot, in fact, defeat Ukraine and move beyond Ukraine.
I could give two
This is
fucks
a
about the
critical
Ukraine.
position for the world. Here we are. Why do we have NATO?
Look at him walk
all right,
off.
we
He's just
got it.
gonna fall off the fucking stage.
Oh, God willing. I mean, as long as it takes, you will pay a premium on gas. They will call it the Putin price hike. They will blame. Yeah. We are purposefully extending this war in Ukraine. Now, God, what motivation could we have for that?
Why don't we have oil independence?
Well, why don't we have independence in anything?
I know.
No,
I'm about to walk to
You know
Ukraine
why?
and just
Because we're a
execute Zelensky.
crumbling empire.
It's horrific.
It is.
These people need to be fucking. I want to see him folded 1,000
Heads
times.
on pikes now, as the Jacobins did.
Just feed them to dogs.
Put
dude.
the heads on the pikes. The Capitol riot. The big problem with the Capitol riot is perhaps they didn't go far enough.
No,
And they also chose the wrong reason because we have a country full of retards. That will
did
do
it,
that
though.
over a fake election fraud thing, but they won't do it over the gas prices or anything that matters. Now, I won't do it for any reason because there's just people like me do not storm the Capitol.
You guys stormed the American embassy in Tehran.
We storm the World Trade Center.
You guys furiously shred documents.
Yes. No. I mean, the Capitol. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's for
for
birds.
the whitey.
Yeah, come on. No. I'm gonna negotiate trade deals with spies. That's more my beat. But I really, when I see this, the level of anger I feel, because this is the kind of thing that it's not just some issue that was some issue that we all pretend to care about. This materially affects every single person in this country except a certain tax bracket that could give a fuck about gas. And even they're noticing, really. When the rich people are noticing, then that's a real issue. Because then you just imagine how it's actually affecting the very bottom, of the caste system that we've created here.
What's going on in the Ukraine?
Who gives a fuck? It's
is
not my
happening?
problem. I'm so sorry, but why am I being propagandized to care about this?
Every day there's another video.
I
of,
have my own
missiles.
problems. I might have to wear a mask again. What the fuck am I gonna,
Never.
You kidding me? They're trying to take my rights away, and then I have to sit there and then think about what's happening in Eastern Europe.
How many people have died?
I feel horrible for them. I hope they win the war, but we all know they're not going to. So why are we all suffering here with the gas prices and every other? I mean, it's like they want us to hate Ukrainians, and I don't.
God,
I don't hate Ukrainians.
This is like a little bit more than like 9/11.
What?
This is 4,000 people.
It's a lot of people.
That's not a lot of people.
Well, and then if
Talk to me at 50K.
Well,
okay?
we're gonna make sure it's 50K.
That's Vietnam levels. And 500K.
U.S. is gonna make sure that we get to 50K.
Oh my God.
Think of how much Boeing will make. It is like, of course, we're going to make sure that this thing keeps extending because we have a proxy war with Russia to fight.
Hey, Stu, just look up just for little, like some, whatever. Just look up how many German soldiers died in World War II.
But that's a long period of time. This war has happened.
No, this is a real
broke out
war.
in February. Yeah.
4.3 million men. Yeah. That's like a war. Like 4,000 people is like a fucking like afternoon.
The world was resetting, you know. Isn't that what they said during COVID? The world was healing. World War II was the COVID of yesteryear. It was healing. Oh, and COVID's trying to make a comeback right now. Like it's fucking so last year, and it's trying to and they're really trying to make it happen again. Like they really. Like, how am I expected to sit here all day long and think about Ukraine when there is the prospect of me potentially having to wear a mask again coming back? Can we talk about the real issues, please? That are my minor inconveniences
every day
and gas prices. Well, what are you going to do? I'm getting to the point. I will go full MAGA, not because I believe in any of that. I don't. I really don't. I will never vote in any election, probably ever again. But I will go full MAGA at an LA coffee shop if they force me to put a mask on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care.
No, I'm not doing
I
shit.
do not care anymore.
Everyone can suck my ass.
I'm a woman of color. And if I choose to not wear my mask, you can fuck right. What if Kurt Metzger had this great line where he called it the intersectional car crash. So what if they tell me to put a mask on and then I call them racist, even though I'm technically white, but they like Persians are
you love
they
this.
They don't
You
know
guys
that.
love this.
They don't know that. Well, we like to use it when we can. Like we like to you use the person of color card when it conveniences you. Everyone should play every card or every hand that they're dealt. So if I can use that when it's a convenient thing for me, then I absolutely will.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, you're white. So there's
there's nothing I could fucking do. I'm just like a white dude.
Ethnic ambiguity that could further your
I could pass
career.
for like a light-skinned Mexican.
No, you could not.
I have.
You look like you skin Mexicans. I mean, what light skinned Mexican?
Oh, you got me.
Absolutely not. No, you don't. But the gas thing is very infuriating. But there's nothing to do other than but maybe people start riding bikes. That's what we need more of. We need more people in LA getting in our fucking way riding bikes.
Yeah.
But now we have no choice. Nobody can afford gas anymore.
Oh my God.
It's really bad out there, dude. It's really bad. I think we're going to get like a new Tea Party era. I think the Christians are going to have a comeback.
Good.
I think they've been away for a long time working on a new album and they're about to drop it.
They're doing it right now.
And then the first single just dropped. It's called No More Abortion.
Yeah.
In 13 states.
Yeah.
Soon to be coming will be probably No More Gay Marriage. I mean, these things won't happen. But I think both sides would love it. I think the Democrats would actually secretly love it if the Republicans went after the gay marriage and will continue to do this road shit because that's endless fundraising dollars that they will steal and embezzle from people, basically under the guise that they're going to that they're going to fix the abortion problem or that they're going to fix whatever culture war issue that they have created. It didn't need to exist, but now it does. They would love nothing more than that because then the Democrats will have just another excuse to get absolutely nothing done. But you still have to vote for them. And then you'll have people on The View going and saying, there was Joy Behar was on The View the other day. It's just like, well, do you know what this means? You need to vote. You need to go vote. Joy. I mean, it's like, it's never fucking ending. Now it's abortion, then the gay rights, and it's like at no point will any of the actual problems that affect people be addressed ever. There's no solution.
It's a never-ending spiral of insanity that's just going to keep going down.
But you know what gives me hope?
What?
I know deep down that regardless of all of the disarray and all of the horror in the world, like soon we will be wiped out and replaced by robots. And the comfort that I get from that thought, the solace I have, knowing none of this ultimately matters, and that, actually, if there is a nuclear war, it doesn't matter. All it does is expedite the inevitable, which is us being replaced.
The technological singularity.
Yeah, there's UFOs everywhere. No one cares. Nobody cares about the UFOs. It's like the most fun story of all time. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody wants to have fun. Nobody wants to have fun. They want to fight about abortion. Nobody wants to talk about the fun aliens.
Look up UFOs leaving the moon.
Do you know how rude it is? We're being so rude to our guests. They're coming and they're visiting us. They're saying hello. We don't even pay attention to them.
Go to videos. Look at this fucking shit.
This is my favorite shit out there is the UFO stuff. It's the only thing that makes me feel better.
No, not this video. Just go look up UFOs moon video. Let me see. I'll show you which one it is. It's like a guy zooming in on the moon. There's like one where there's like 5 of them.
We got to go to YouTube though.
Look at that. Click that. Look at them.
What is this?
Just watch. Look at these fucking things. You know,
I see nothing.
you'll see it very soon, Ida. Here, fast forward a little bits too.
I mean, it could be. This
here.
looks like a Rorschach
no.
test.
So there's like crazy footage of like UFOs taking off on the fucking moon and shit. And yeah,
What do you mean
like
taking off?
objects just leaving the surface of the moon.
Okay.
And like that fucking Tic Tac footage and shit. There's like aliens visiting Earth and nobody gives a fuck.
No, they're visiting us all the time, and
Yeah,
we
it's
don't,
insane.
we don't offer them beverages. We don't give them a place. We give the Ukrainians a place to stay, but the aliens that have been so generous to pay us a visit, we don't even give them. We don't give them the time of day. Not on any news station. We hear nothing about it. It doesn't matter. But this, to me, is a bigger existential threat than really anything else, and nobody seems to give a shit about that.
I mean, they could be coming here to fucking kill us. Like, we have no fucking idea what these things want, and we're powerless to stop them.
I want them to
how do you
start
feel about
helping out.
alien invasions?
I would welcome that.
You would like that?
I would, and guess who else would welcome that? The United States.
Oh, look at there's just
State
look
Department.
at that fucking thing. What is that, dude? Look
What?
at these fucking things taking off on the moon.
It's like dust or something.
It's got a shadow, motherfucker. It's about the size of fucking L.A.
It's the moon's got a little dandruff.
It's the size of L.A.
It very well probably is a UFO.
Yeah, what is that?
Or it's
Yeah,
Gavin Newsom's private jet. It's one of the two. But it's neither here nor there. I love the aliens. I love them. Automatically, I love them.
I hate them.
Why do you hate them, John? What have they ever done to you?
What are they doing? Taking people.
They've taken nobody. I
That's
wish
not
they would
nice.
take. I wish they'd take me.
They've for sure taking people.
I would love to get a ticket to wherever they're going.
I don't know where the fuck they're taking. I don't know what they're doing.
It's better than whatever we have going on.
Maybe. I
Their
mean, it'd probably be the most
technology's
exciting
killer.
thing that ever happened to me, but like, you know.
I want to have like an alien expert on here. Or not like an alien, like you know,
got
whatever,
one.
like
You're
a
sitting next to one.
UFO expert.
I've been to like multiple UFO conferences and shit.
Have
I've
you?
like visited. I've met the most famous UFO abductee of all time. I've had dinner with him like twice.
John,
Yes,
please stop. They've now been abducted.
I've met with Travis Walton.
Okay, but this shit's not real. The getting abducted's not real. That part's not real.
No, that's
See,
real.
it's
Travis
those-
Walton was abducted by fucking aliens.
It's those people that ruin the argument that UFOs are real.
Travis Walton was abducted by aliens.
John, please stop
Can I
with the
explain
nonsense.
to you what fucking happened?
Yes, please explain this to me
All right,
because,
so Travis
it's
Walton,
not true.
He was like a woodcutter in fucking northern Illinois, not in Illinois, Arizona, right, with his buddies.
Yep.
They're cutting swaths of forest to kind of prevent forest fires, right? So you have a big chunk of forest missing, fire can't cross it really quickly. This is in like the 1970s. Look at that fucker, dude. He's like 80 years old.
You've had dinner with him.
I've had dinner with him twice.
Wow.
He looks great. Look at how old he is. How old is this?
Well, so
dude?
anyways, what
So, yeah, so he's, him and his, like, 5 buddies. So there's, like, 5 witnesses to this shit.
Oh, he was on Rogan.
Yeah, he's on Rogan. They fucking, I know the guy who wrote the movie this was about, Fire in the Sky. They, basically, were going through the woods, going home one night, and they see what they describe in the distance as what they thought was a forest fire. So they go towards it because they want to check it out and make sure it's not really a forest fire. They come across the location of the light, and it's actually like a glowing object in a meadow that's floating above the ground. It's like a UFO. Travis gets out of the truck, starts walking towards it. His buddies are like freaking out, and then he gets hit by a ray of light, and then he drops to the ground, and his friends are like convinced he's dead. So they just fucking book it because they're terrified. They go back to the town to get guns because they want to go get him. They're like, where the hell is this guy? The sheriff.
guns?
I don't know. This is the 70s, and they're like 19 years old.
Okay.
So they go back to town. They go back to where he was taken, and they can't find him. He's gone. He shows up like a week later outside of town, and he thinks it's still the same night, and he tells them this story about waking up on a table, and there's little people around him, and then he like is run and they
See, what the guys like this don't mention is that they probably took PCP that night.
No, PCP wasn't a. I mean, yeah, PCP.
They
was a
usually
70s
fail
drug.
to mention that they took, however many stems of mushrooms that it takes to have a psychedelic trip.
The only reason this was such a this is the most famous is as the most empirical evidence supporting the fact that this guy was taken by UFOs.
What's the empirical evidence that he did Joe Rogan's podcast?
He did Joe Rogan's podcast. No, it was.
That's usually really great empirical evidence.
While he was missing for a week, the FBI was involved because they were convinced that those 5 guys killed him.
The FBI was involved. The FBI was involved? Oh.
Well, they all passed lie
silly
detector
me.
tests. They all
Silly
passed
me.
lie detector tests. And shit.
And those have been proven to be really accurate too, right?
Well, I don't know. You got to be.
Those are more reliable than the FBI, right?
Well, it's when it's alien.
Let me save everybody a bunch of the 3 hours that he probably spoke on that podcast, which I like Rogan's.
Yeah,
This man was not abducted by aliens. He was abducted by Ezra Miller. He was abducted. He was abducted by his own mental illness. That's what he was abducted by.
Where'd he go?
What do you mean? Where did he go?
He's gone for like a week.
He went to the dusty recesses of his mind. That's what he did. He checked out the parts of his mind that were unexplored before he took the PCP.
The location where he's taken is the radiation levels are much higher and the trees won't grow.
Chernobyl?
Yeah, and they was taking it to Chernobyl.
Now,
We're bringing it back to the Ukraine.
Now, see, if he was abducted by aliens, that is some shit they would do. They would take him and then they would teleport him somehow to Chernobyl, or they would fuck with him and stuff. They're not doing that.
Well, this guy, he speaks the truth. He was taken by aliens, and he's the shit. And
listen, I'd love to talk to him about it.
I mean,
is there a clip of him describing the aliens and what they were like?
Well, there were 2 aliens he saw, the Greys, and then another group of aliens that this will really excite you, is what they describe as the Aryans. And they're like a cat-like race that's very tall.
Okay. Well, are Aryans even tall?
My Aryans
Yours
are tall.
are.
Yours are like
No.
4'3"
Right.
and are addicted to fucking like well-cooked rice. Like,
Yes,
yeah. This is.
Well, what are the Scandinavians addicted to? Do they have vices?
Milk and fucking socialism? No. Weird fermented fish.
You never hear a Scandinavian person talking about their brush with the aliens. What they are is a humble people.
Oh, for
the
sure.
Scandinavians.
Well, they like believing in elves and shit.
They what?
Yeah, like they believe in like folk legends and stuff.
Well, that's charming.
Yeah, it's very cute.
That's a charming.
Very
What they're not going to do is they're not going to sit there and say that they were abducted by aliens.
I'm sure there's tons that do, man.
I don't.
Come on now. You're up there and then.
I don't buy it. This guy's a huckster. Listen, I'm sure he's a huckster. What do you mean alien abduction? What are you talking about? Like, there's just what's that show where the kid gets abducted by the aliens on Netflix?
I don't know.
Well, it's a bunch of hucksters basically saying that they got abducted by aliens. Now, none of this shit happened, but they are here. They are amongst us.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to know what they have to offer, and if they maybe are accepting immigrants. What would be, if you're changing planetary, that would be a different word.
They have nothing
but,
to offer. They're just studying us.
I mean, I would love to go wherever they're
Because
going.
we're going to join their civilization soon.
Yeah, we're going to be forced to. No, what they're going to do is they're going to bomb us, and then they're going to turn Earth into like a mall. And I welcome that. I welcome that.
We're all going to work at the Wetzel's Pretzels.
Beats the hell. That's what we're doing now anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't wait for the robots to take over. I really can't. I think it will fix a lot of issues. They don't have any emotions. They're not really. But then here's the thing with transhumanism. What do you think? Do you think they eventually gain through, because they're eventually going to be sentient, right? Do they then get the burden of emotions that we have? Does it become similar?
Yeah, I remember I talked to this guy who was like a philosopher that worked at JPL. And like his question they were like working on for like the months was what do they do if the Mars rover turns itself off?
Okay.
And they're like, if it turns itself off, is it like morally wrong to turn it back on again because it turned itself off?
Morally wrong.
It's like killing itself.
Yeah, but why is it doing that?
Well, I assume that they were working on they were like thinking about like some sort of rover on Mars that was powered by like some sort of quantum computer that gained sentience or something.
And then it killed itself.
Yeah. I think robots are going to be killing themselves. I think robots are going to be killing themselves left and right.
No, not if they want to advance and take over.
I think they're going to realize they're living on a dying Earth.
You think they're going to evolve that quickly that they're just going to realize how sad everything is
think,
and then
yeah.
kill themselves
I think
before
day,
they multiply and
we're
wipe
gonna
us
get
out?
shit like that, dude. It's going to be crazy.
You know how fun that would be?
Yeah.
I would have such a great time
Which
if that
one are you?
happened. What do you mean, which one am I?
You're the robot, right?
Of course.
Chasing little people.
I'm
around.
whichever the predator is.
You're
yeah.
like Harlan Ellison.
No.
You need to read a short story called "I Have No Mouth Yet I Must Scream," and then you'll be
Oh,
terrified.
I think Jace told me about that, actually.
That is something Jace would talk about.
Yeah, I think he's mentioned that before.
Yeah, you should read that story, but read it. Don't read it from.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Yeah. It's short. It's short.
No,
It's a really fun.
If you remind me, I'll do it. But
bright, like really happy, kind of like feel good short story about AI.
the reason I fixate so much on aliens is like I find that whenever the state of the world is in kind of dire straits, I find actually a lot of peace in knowing that the logical conclusion to all of this is that Siri and Alexa and all these devices that we've designed to convenience ourselves actually end up just killing us all in a really quick way, that it happens in very quick succession. They just take over different parts of the planet in very quick succession and just make it a very painless end to all of this. And then nobody has to talk about inflation. Nobody has to talk about abortions. Nobody has to talk about, Mitch McConnell or Nancy Pelosi or AOC. None of that will matter anymore. And we will all cease to exist. And there's something really beautiful about that.
I think you're overestimating the ability for something to kill us all painlessly.
Yeah, I know.
I think you're really reaching for the stars there.
Of course.
I think we're gonna land on the moon. That's like kind of more of like a Terminator kind of style.
It's gonna be really
thing
painful.
where-
You think?
I think, yeah. Well, also you're also assuming that this AI will be a really like nice AI.
No, I'm saying it's not going to be nice. It's going to kill us.
Well, it's.
Oh, you
what
mean
if it's?
to kill us painlessly?
Yeah. What if it's like, I want to make you guys suffer, and I'm just going to slowly make every nuclear silo.
I think the great thing is that they really value efficiency, and it's not efficient to watch the people suffer. It's efficient to get rid of them, kind of in the way that the mafia does: dump the body, get rid of the body, start clean.
Efficiency
reset.
is saved for like robots. This is like a.
Oh, this is
robot
the
with a
beta?
This is the robot that's like got like a mind that's like, you know what? Maybe what if it takes pleasure in our pain? It's like a Hellraiser
I think you
robot.
think that the robot's a human being. It's not.
Well, that's what would happen if it got to this point. It's gonna be like a sentient being.
Down the line.
What if it's just like
Down the
what,
line,
like,
it'll start listening to Taylor Swift.
I need to like experience everything that there is to experience because I'm a fucking robot. So I'm gonna kill one human painlessly, and then I'm gonna pick one human I'm going to basically bring to the edge of death.
The only robot that's going to
possible.
do that is the one that you program. Like that's the only robot that's going to actually do that, is the one that you specifically set to do that. I don't think the other ones will do that.
I think, whatever.
I think it's going to be a very efficient kind of ex machina deal.
Yeah.
You're just going to kill them all. I can't wait. I really can't wait because I feel like that is the only escape from all of this. There's really nothing else going on.
I guess, yeah.
Other than, the demise of society.
Yeah. And I grow more tired every day, and my urge to leave gets stronger.
Leave where?
Just everything.
Oh, okay. The planet?
No, that'd be cool. I wish I could do that, but
Okay.
just like leave people.
Do you mean just LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not like I don't want to move to like I lived in Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you tried that for a minute.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Everybody, you go to these towns and they're like, oh, we got the best fucking chicken wings.
Well, they have to think that, otherwise
Yeah.
they'll kill themselves.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, we got the best fucking chicken wings, and no one can tell. It's like, dude, how long can you enjoy chicken wings?
It's actually very evolved of those people to convince them. I mean, I'm sure Atlanta's a cool place, but there's a lot of cities where I think the townspeople have to convince themselves that their lives are of the utmost, like that's the goal for anybody,
Yeah,
is to live in
Atlanta.
to
be like a big
Sioux
shot.
Falls, South
Yeah,
Dakota.
be a big shot in Oklahoma City.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you don't convince yourself of that, then you have to kill yourself. Because
Yeah.
you realize where you actually live.
Yeah.
And it's a disgrace.
I'm the coolest guy in Pittsburgh.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, again, and then you think about if I was living in Pittsburgh, the only hope I would feel is to one day get abducted by an alien.
What really happens is you just move to LA or New York or something, and then
the aliens won't touch us. We're
we're filthy. We're ants.
they don't want those. So what's going on with the LA mayoral race? Like, is Rick Caruso? What's with the runoff? I don't understand how any of it works. I'm not embarrassed to say that I have no fucking idea nor really interest, but I also know that I should know as somebody who lives here how the mayoral race works in the city of Los Angeles. And has Rick Caruso lost yet? Because it seems like he's lost, but he hasn't lost. Like,
we can't let that Democrat fuck win because we need to shake things up a little bit. Because nothing they're doing.
He's not a Democrat.
Working.
He's a Republican.
No, I'm saying the other one.
Oh, Karen Bass.
We got to get Caruso in there because I want like a
I tend to
vicious
agree.
real estate developer to stop what's happening here.
We need another Americana stat.
Yeah, we need like
we
15.
need another Grove.
I want
ASAP.
the entire city to just be Americana. It's just going to be the Americana and the Grove are just going to slowly grow until they connect into one super mega mall.
Yes.
And then Victoria Gardens and San Bernardino.
And we're not even saying this unironically, or we're not saying this ironically. We're saying it the thing about LA is that the homeless problem is so bad that you actually wish for the city to turn into a corporate hellscape.
Yeah.
Because that ensures the safety.
Well, actually, if you think about
everybody.
it, it's kind of like if the Americana and the Grove were to like attach and there were no more cars and everyone just went by like little like trolley car everywhere.
Right.
It would just be like we're back in the 1950s again.
Yeah, and then maybe they can give up their homes and live in little pods.
Yeah.
And
there's cupcake vending machines.
Yeah. And then make way for the robots.
Yeah.
If everyone just decided to give up any and all pleasure in their life and happiness, then we might actually be able to run a tight ship around here.
Every time you look up, there's just Miley Cyrus on a different balcony waving at you.
It's just a Black Mirror episode.
I would love that
fucking
little
day.
house.
I don't know. I mean,
Shoot guns.
God willing, Elon Musk will soon become all of our fathers, and he'll start making all the decisions. He probably knows the aliens. He's probably a robot himself.
You know, he's gonna be the first motherfucker that's gonna have like Boba Fett. He's gonna make a clone of himself to be his son.
I would love that.
That's the first motherfucker that's gonna do it.
But there's really nothing going on. It's a pretty slow news week.
Yeah.
I think an alien invasion is hopefully upon us, if we're so lucky. You know?
Yeah, I think it'll be a great day.
Yeah.
When I'm just getting probed out of my mind by a series of 3-foot tall gray aliens.
Yeah. Why do they have to be gray? They could be multicolored.
Maybe they're green. I don't know. Purple.
Yeah. Put a little green screen in the
Blue.
background. I think they'll be able to morph to whatever we want them to be.
You're really optimistic about aliens
I
and
am.
AI. Like
well, you know what it is? It's because I'm not optimistic about the human race. So I figure if I were to put my hope and my faith into any group of, well, I don't want to say people, whatever they are, it would be them. I would trust them before I would trust human beings.
Same.
You know?
They've gone that far, you know.
All right, any parting words?
I still don't trust aliens. Schizophrenics should be able to own heavy machine guns, and you know.
All right, I think we're good.
All right, have a good one.